Looky here. You know when you scan QR codes and send people messages on WhatsApp and you share contacts, and then that person gets the contact and clicks on it and it opens it up to save it in your contacts. But what is your contacts? Well, the contacts originally were all on the phone. And then most of us migrated over because of all the stuff that Google was offering. Most of us migrated over to the Gmail servers to store our contacts. And then the WhatsApp comes along. WhatsApp isn't the only one. I'm just saying. That one seems to be the most used here throughout the Latin America. So WhatsApp comes along and then you start adding contacts, but they're no longer defaulting to your original location that you want to store them to, which is wherever you chose for it to be stored. It's a separate database. So what you're doing, I know it's quick and easy to scan a QR code, and I know it's quick and easy to click and add contacts and hit the save button. But just realize what you're doing, on this network. Until the big tech oligarchs and other violent psychopaths in the FCC and similar agencies throughout the world, until they step down, until they are executed, that we need to be very careful about what we're dealing with. We need to know what we're dealing with. So what you're doing by this convenient way of adding contacts to WhatsApp is you're actually helping Google to sort like in the old human intelligence way, we would get so-called intel leads, and we would have to sort through some basic criteria to see if there was any links or matches that could be associated, right? And what we're doing when we're linking these contacts like this is we're essentially facilitating the sorting process and making it easier for the AI to continue on with the otherwise human intelligence, which it's not being run by, nothing's being run by human intelligence anymore, not that I can see. But it makes it easier for them to sort. And then, when you scan the QR codes, you don't know what's in there. You literally cannot read the terms and conditions and whatever's behind that QR code. That's retarded. You're telling me I need a QR code so I can change my number on Telegram? You're telling me I need a QR code to, fill in the blank, right? Even view a menu, This is all part of the tracking and tracing grid, and you're just making it easier for the how do I say? I'm trying to be diplomatic here. For those with a predisposition to being influenced by the reptilian genome, if you will, that is pretty much everywhere, amongst all the races now, after so many, hundreds of years or thousands of years since that story about the fallen angels, and they talk about that in the book of Genesis in the Bible, and many other stories too. But my point being is that so it's not a question of whether or not the because I get this question a lot about the Draco reptilians and this, that, and the other. Yeah, they have contributed to the, let's say, light codes that were required for the evolution of the Human Genome Project, to find that balance between being totally all about unconditional love and holistic intelligence, and being the complete opposite of that, for the purpose that we can be about unconditional love and holistic intelligence, but at the same time we can speak softly and carry a big stick. So I just want to say that until the grid that we're all using for social media and communications and pretty much our entire lives, until that can be secured, don't facilitate the enemy. Google's not your friend. I don't know if I need to say that. I'm pretty sure everybody understands that by now. And just have some discernment when you're interfacing with their devices and their apps and their QR codes, and even something as simple as just taking the time to copy and paste the person's name and go and hit the button on your phone that says contacts and put it in there. And that way it's all in one database, like your Gmail account. If you have a Samsung, I'm not sure what it would be if you were using a different type of cell phone, but you get my point. If you want to use Google Maps, if you want to use anything Google, right, you need this account. And so, it's best in this case to make sure, if nothing else, for the continuity of and the integrity of your data. Let's say that one day somebody's able to figure out a way around these nefarious agents to be able to back up our own contacts again like we used to, and put it into a spreadsheet file where it'd be like a Rolodex but on your computer and you could actually read it. So what they're doing is they're taking your data from the Google and they're cross-referencing it with other databases, and these databases all work together for the purpose of ensnaring you, not in just the physical, of course, because this is esoteric too. Remember, everything is spiritual first. To basically get your tacit consent to all of the things that they're hiding in that QR code. I mean, this is taking it to another level. Read the terms and conditions. It's 741 pages long, with hyperlinks to thousands of other pages. No, we're just going to hit accept. Don't know what you're signing up for. But at least that's in writing where you can see it. Now everything, including the contract, is bound inside the QR codes and hyperlinks that make it convenient for you to add contacts to add to your list of contacts. And so just beware of that. And if you do choose to make things like just click and add and cross-pollinate the databases, well, then I can definitely assure you the integrity of your data is going to be compromised. And then I can also just say the words, no, I do not agree. No, I do not have informed consent. There's no way I can give my consent without it being informed. I do not give consent by way of tacit agreement. Period. And just with those words, you might be able to maneuver your way around from, let's just say, being added to a list. One of the things I used to do when I worked for the dark side was to develop these kinds of, what do they call? Communications. Yeah, that's what they called me. Communications officer. So, please, I'm just making you aware that what it is, how it's designed, what its purpose is doing, and how you can, and if you choose to not give the tacit consent, so that you don't end up on a list, because being hunted down and kidnapped and tortured and having bank accounts closed and credit cards turned off and all other manner. Pat, did I say passport on a no-fly list? Yeah, I think I ticked that one off. What else? 8 attempts on my life in Mexico, 7 attempts on my life before that. Just, anyway. I'm going to say this much. It's definitely an exciting ride. Remember what Bill Hicks said, it's all just a ride. It's definitely an exciting ride. I'll give you that. There's never a dull moment. So, but it's nonetheless not an easy ride at all. So I just throw that out there for folks to be made aware, so that you don't end up on a list too. And remind everybody, turn off your Bluetooth. I'll have your Bluetooth turned off all the time. That would be my recommendation. I was sent to the trade shows to be able to procure things for the military. One of my jobs. And Bluetooth is definitely one of them. Turn that off all the time. I just would say turn off the Bluetooth all the time. In every device that you have that has Bluetooth, permanently turn it off. And then that one that says location, you can turn that off if you're not using it. Like if you're not actually using it for the Google Maps, turn it off. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Have a good have a good day, family, and I'll see you in the dream world. Ciao for now.